Good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Takeover Tuesdays. If this is your first time joining us, first, I'd like to welcome you to Takeover Tuesdays. And secondly, I'd like to tell you a little bit about what Takeover Tuesdays is. This show was started to support community members and just bring small business owners to the forefront so that we get to know everybody who's out in our community and support their products, businesses, services, get to know who they are. A big piece of this show is guests sharing their stories so that we just get a better understanding of how they got to the place they are in their small business. So I hope you have your coffee, water, juice, whatever you drink in the morning to get yourself going. Hopefully you have that, kick back, relax, or not. If you're working, hopefully you can watch this too at the same time, multitask. So without further ado, let me bring in our special guest for today. Good morning, Devante.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great.
Good. So this is Chef Devante, and we're just going to dive right in with him. Devante, could you tell us just your background story? Just tell us about your history, where you come from.
Definitely. So I'm a Denver chef with a Texas background. I've been in the food industry my whole life. I graduated from Overland High School in 2010, and right in 2010, right after me and my best friend, we started a catering business called Straight Edge Catering, and our first event was the Black Arts Festival in 2010 that summer. And it was just like we were just playing around. We always, I always cooked, and I have like everybody in my family they're extremely good cooks, chefs. My grandfather in Texas, but he moved to Missouri. He owns a barbecue restaurant called Big Daddy and Sons, and it's just always been in my heritage, like to be a chef. And from starting catering in 2010, I moved over to Smoke in the City, and I kind of like solely took on that whole project by myself and just doing catering for numerous places, numerous people around the city officials and hospitals, Colorado Health Foundation, other places like Denver Gents, if you guys know with them. Like that was probably like one of our largest events that we catered for about 350 people at one point. And we just pop around and bouncing around, and also opening the food truck, the Hangover Cart. And coming up today, we're going to be doing the Savory Kitchen over at Los Pro for Taco Tuesday. And I've been in the city. I've worked in numerous, did food concepts for like numerous nightclubs from, Dorchester's, Purple Martini, Beta, Native, and so on and so forth, Bar Standard. So we've been all over the place. Temple, we've done events at probably every major nightclub in Denver. So I'm well known like in the industry scene, and it's been awesome. But I'm kind of like not in the chef mode now as much as I used to be. It's kind of more like managing, putting together a team of people that that can kind of execute the vision that we all have to just make sure that we got things rolling properly and we're all on the same page. And it's been a journey, and it still is a journey.
Yeah, we got to back. I mean, you covered so much right there. I'm gonna back you up right now.
Yeah.
So let's talk about, first of all, the Hangover Cart. Is that right? Did I say that right? Yes. Okay. First, we got to talk about that. Okay. Tell us. I mean, hangover. I mean, we all know what a hangover is.
Right.
So how's this all gonna work? What's it gonna look like?
So the Hangover Cart right now is located off of 5162 Colfax. It's behind a horror theme bar. So like they're showing like scary movies. It's a new concept that kind of just came about in the past month. It used to be called Bellwether, and Bellwether used to be like a coffee shop / bar. And in the back area was a barbershop, and they also had a recording studio in the back. But in the between spot, we parked the Hangover Cart. You see, on the Hangover Cart, it's a bar, so we have nice greasy food. We got our Cajun mac and cheese. We do our Cajun chicken tacos, Cajun shrimp tacos, Cajun pork tacos, and we do like, nachos with like Cajun cheese, and we put all the meats and stuff on it, so it's nice, that nice salty flavor to kind of like balance your hangover, and it's just a good little thing. So it's like a fun thing that we like to bring to like bars and different events, and it just goes hand in hand with the theme. So it's just like, okay, Hangover Cart, you're gonna get some greasy, nice food off of that truck.
Yeah, I love it because I mean, not that I've ever had any hangovers or know anything about
Right.
but yeah, you definitely need that type of food when you have been drinking. So that's dope. So let's talk about, speaking of tacos, to talk about today, going down Taco Tuesday.
So Taco Tuesday today will be at Luster Pearl, and with a larger truck that I partner with, Dondre Mills, who's a part of Ventism and RMAE, I think that's what it's called. It's a new network that trying to bring like entrepreneurs and stuff together to the forefront, like we're doing today. So we're actually pushing the Savory Kitchen today at Luster Pearl. It's off of 26th and Larimer, in that location right next to El Posto and First Draft. So we're going to do Taco Tuesday. It starts at 5 p.m. today. $3 tacos. And it's going to be the same kind of tacos we serve off the Hangover Cart, just off of a larger truck. And we're going to have drink specials like a Yave Mule with Watson Distributing. That's also a Black-owned.
I think I lost you, Devante. There. Okay, say it again.
Back up to what?
Back up to the last sentence.
Oh,
we lost you on the last sentence.
So it's a Black-owned distributing liquor distributing company. It's called Watson's Distributing, and they're actually going to be highlighting a tequila brand. It's called Yave, and we got like a special cocktail made for the tequila. So it's going to be like a Yave Mule paired with the tacos, and also we're going to do like micheladas and a couple of beer specials and whatnot. And it's an awesome location, and I'm glad the weather's looking a little bit better today, because we have an awesome patio situation out there, so people can sit on the patio. It's socially distanced. Make sure you get your own section, and I'm pretty sure it's going to fill up today. So if you guys are willing to come by, make sure you come early, get a table, and yeah, come enjoy some tacos tonight.
What time does it start? What time is early? What time's coming early?
It starts at 5 p.m., but I say usually everybody gets there like 6, because, traffic, everybody's kind of settling in. So 5 p.m. is like, nobody's really there. But 6 and 7 o'clock, that's when everybody's starting to, arrive and everything, because traffic, parking, and I strongly suggest to get there a little bit early, because parking is a hassle over here in that location.
Got it. Good information to know. We got some folks joining us right now, some viewers, some friends. I got to shout a couple of them out. Manushka, hey Manushka. She says, she says Chef Devante's food is straight, which we all know that are based in Denver. Najla, thank you for joining us. She says, I definitely need to try it.
Definitely.
Talking about the tequila. Yes, we know you love tequila, Najla. That's one of my besties. We got JJ joining the show. Thanks, JJ. Hey. So, we got some people here. So let's talk. Let's back up to, you talked about your roots, and that really, was what made you be a chef. But who specifically encouraged you to start your businesses? Because it's one thing to be a chef, right? Or do what you do, or create something. And then it's another to actually run the business. So talk about that some.
Honestly, it's actually just me. Like, I've always naturally had a go-getter spirit, and like that energy just always came naturally. Like, I was always doing something. Even in high school, we would just like throw like events together. I'm like, okay, I'll never forget, for like senior dish day, this was like a long time ago. So we were like, I was like, okay, everybody's like, we should do something for senior dish. I was like, me and my best friend, I was like, we're gonna throw a barbecue. That's what we're gonna do. I was like, everybody just bring meat to my house the day before, and we're gonna just go to the park. We end up having like uh, 200 people at the park, and everybody was like, "What's going on?" Like the police arrived, and they were like, "What are you guys doing over here?" We were like, "We're doing a barbecue," and they were like, "Oh, we're doing a barbecue." They were like, "How old are you guys?" And I was like, we're in high school, like we're seniors, and they all came. So we actually made the police officers a couple of plates to take home, and they were like, "All right, we're gonna try this barbecue." And they were like, "Are y'all sure y'all made this?" They was like, "This tastes like like my grandfather made it." Like I was like, "Okay, so we got. I know that means I know what I'm doing." So I was like, "All right." So I always thrown events, I always thrown rooftop parties, and I was like, I just want to. I can't see myself, you know, doing this for anybody else. So I was like, I could do this on my own, but also bringing my own team in and executing it. That was a big part of it. But my kind of like to go into the next realm of it. I also started in DIA. I worked at the Timberline Steakhouse, and that at one point was like one of the busiest restaurants in Colorado when we were working there. And I ran into a chef, Mario Petit, who used to own a restaurant in Cherry Creek off of Fillmore called Pasta Pasta Pasta. Me and him, he kind of took me under his wing on the Italian side of the cuisine, and I studied a lot of like my Italian cuisine under him, and he showed me like how to make a lot of things from scratch, from like pasta, gnocchi, doing different kind of fishes. And he was like more of a Florence Italian chef. So with that region, I kind of like adapted that concept and turned it also into a concept where I want to eventually do something where it's like an Italian and black infused concept with Italian and black infused dishes.
I like it. You know what? I can honestly say I've never heard of that type of fusion with those
Yeah.
two foods.
Like, so you have what I'm thinking of is I'm just speaking this out to the universe 'cause I know it's gonna happen one day.
Yep.
Um, so there's you have your gnocchi. Have you ever had gnocchi before?
Uh-huh.
So you have your gnocchi potato pasta, but I want to do, and I've had made this before, but I haven't like really like put it on blast. And I'm working on these recipes before I like push it out to anybody. But I would like to do a sweet potato gnocchi with like maybe like with a prosciutto, with that like prosciutto and a sweet like marshmallow cream sauce or something like that. Then I wanted to do like something like a smoked turkey fettuccine with like braised collard greens and all that. So it'll have that southern flavor, but it'll look like a 5-star Italian dish.
I mean, you're speaking my language right now, like all of
Yeah.
all of it. All of it. I'm here for all of it. And I'm sure you have tons of taste testers, but how do you go about that process? Because I could be one of those taste testers.
What I'm probably gonna end up doing is I want to find a very nice location in Denver to kind of like do like a pop up. So if anybody listening like has any suggestions of places that you've seen that are like very upscale that can possibly need some you know that's vacant, I would love to find a spot where we can kind of do a pop up there. And the pop up name concept I'm already working on is going to be called Marones. Marones in Italian is my last name is Brown. So I kind of wanted to mesh that infusion together. So we would, definitely do that. It would do, and just to get into more, uh, you know, deep with it, like I have a I've talked to like my great aunts and my grandparents and stuff like about family recipes and stuff too. And I'm actually getting a book shipped out here in April. And like all my aunts and family members in Oklahoma that have like our old school recipes, they're doing a family recipe book, and they're going to be shipping it out here to me in April. And I want to infuse those concepts with the Italian concepts. I have in Oklahoma. my great grandmother was. I had the pleasure of meeting her. She was 98 when I met her, and they would tell me stories about, like, in Oklahoma they would have dust bowls, so it would be hard. Like the cattle would be messed up, and so it'd be hard to get milk. So she would basically make ice cream from scratch to preserve the milk, and so she'd be like, save the milk uh, by turning it into ice cream.
Mhm.
And so my grandmother, she used to. I'm trying to recreate this recipe. Um, they told me that she used to turn. She would make her cornbread from the ice cream from scratch,
Wow.
and they was like, it would be the best corn. I was like, you never ever had no cornbread like that in your entire life. So I'm
I,
definitely trying to recreate that.
I'm that's dope. Let me know when you figure that out for sure. I
I'll
think
send you.
everybody wants to
I'll,
know.
I'll send you a batch of it.
I am all here for it. So let's talk about, because I wish we could talk forever, but it's only so much time we have, and I
Right.
definitely want to make sure we cover everything. So you've been dropping some gems about how you've gone about this process, and from what I hear, like you took just like your own hustle and grind
Yep.
with like mentorship, and just kind of taking a collaboration of things. Is there anything else that you could share with other people out there, like trying to start something that would help them?
Um, the biggest thing I would say is just you gotta. One thing is you have to have a team around you. You have to have a team of people around you. What I
Mhm.
do see is a lot of people that are up and starting off, and I was like that at one point. You just want to do me, me, me. I'll do all this because it's a certain way that you do it, but at one point that you can't do everything. And doing that, you will burn yourself out. Because I've been in that process. I burned myself out. Like, okay, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Like, you have to get a team of people that you can trust, which is going to take some time. Um, get a team of people that you can trust, and delegate things off to. Um, Delegation is key, and even though it might not look like a way that you can do it, there's always somebody that can do other things that you lack at better. And that's just always hand that off to somebody else. Like with flyers and stuff, like I can go on Canva and do flyers and do make menus too. But I also have somebody on my team that actually, their marketing, their that's their wheelhouse. And I'm like, okay, yeah, you handle that. I'm like, I'm good at like delegating, managing, and pulling teams together, and cooking that one. Now, like right now, I'm probably not going to be the one cooking today, but I have a team of chefs that solely want to cook. They were like, look, we don't want to go talk to nobody. We don't want to be the face. We don't want to move back and forth because they're not people person. I'm not a people person, but I had to learn how to get into that step, like break that barrier. Like, look, everybody knows me to be super introverted, but at the same time, I'm like, I'm not scared to talk to a crowd of people or to talk to them one on one. But I just know if I can get a person one on one, I can definitely get in the depth conversation to where it's beneficial for me and that person to get to where I need to get to, or build a team or something like that. So yeah.
Yeah, I couldn't. That team thing is so key. I could not agree with you more,
Yep.
100%. But let's get real here on the just a minute. I'd like to kind of go build on that team piece. For those of us that are entrepreneurs and small business owners, or at least I can speak for myself, typically all of us don't have like $1 million just sitting in the bank unless you got, a very wealthy family to begin with
Right.
to build that team. So if I could get real with you and ask, how did you build your team? I'm assuming you didn't have just unlimited funds. So how have you been able to build a team and still support that team and obviously their skills and traits and what they bring to the table?
So my team, it can range from, it depends. So like I'm like the one-on-one networking and just throwing events and people seeing how successful the events would go. People just automatically like track to me like, we definitely want to work with you. Like we want to do this. We want to throw an event with you here. And that's kind of like how I've built a team of, I've worked in so many different spots, and a lot of people liked how I ran stuff, and they were like, man, wherever you going, like, make sure you call me if you got this coming up. And I'm like, okay, cool. So I'm like, okay, I have my marketing guy. He worked in a lot of the nightclubs in the scene, and he was like, I want to get out of the nightclub scene, but I want to apply my knowledge to what you're doing in food and events. And I pulled him on that. Then I have a team of bartenders that I pull like when we do need bartending, and they like I worked with them at certain places that's like Rocksteady and Sip that's downtown, in different locations. And they're like, man, we seen you doing events. It's like, next time you have an event, if you need a bartender, uh, just, hit me up. And I'm like, okay, I'll get a client. They'd be like, hey, you have a bartender? I'm like, yep, I got one. And for me, I'm very big on manifestation. I'm like huge on that. So I'm like, it's not, it does equate to, having money to build that team and execute it when you have it at that time. And like, it depends on an event. So like, if it's me, if it's something small, I can do the whole thing myself. Or if I have a party of like 300, I'm going to have a whole army of probably like 10 or 15 people with me, executing it. And I just make sure like their cost is included with that event and making sure they're covered on the main stage, on the basis of it. And yeah, but I'm good at attracting people. So attracting like what I need done and who do I need, and actually comes at. I'm big on manifestation. Like it comes at the right moment.
Yeah, manifestation is definitely a real thing. Law of attraction really works.
It works, and people don't understand that. I'm like, it does, and I'm like, sometimes when you're doing so much and you're trying to like hit every base, and I'm like, sometimes like you just have to stop, just wait, and sometimes it will come to you, and sometimes you have to get it. But I'm like, sometimes like when you're doing so much and you're trying to collect, I'm like, just hold off. You already sent your you already know what you want. You already sent your intentions out, and just wait. Like that, I literally did that in the past 2 weeks. Like I haven't done anything because I'm like, I'm seeing that with COVID and everything's opening back up. And I'm like, all right, should I just jump out there aimlessly and just try to do it? Or should I just wait, send my intentions out, plan everything ahead before everything starts to open up, and actually come with a game plan that will fit my game plan? And it's not nothing that it's not out of, it's not discombobulated. I want it to flow. So I'm all about like the flow of things. And if it doesn't flow, I'm not going to mess with it.
Yeah, it makes complete sense. And I'm right there with you. And speaking of manifestations, this might be one right here. Hi, Rainey. Thanks for joining us. She says 1770armory.com, which I know her and her husband very, very well. Dope business, has some opportunity for event creations for his pop-up. So
it definitely is. I went and toured it with Maya Parrish. Probably about, she sent me over there to tour it about maybe like 3 weeks ago, and she was telling me about the little courtyard area that y'all have in the back that's out there. And I seen that it's a possible spot that we could definitely do some awesome events, like outdoor events. And I know there's a place that y'all can possibly have a set up a food truck in the back area. Is that the 1770 Armory is the one that's downtown, correct?
5 Points.
Yep. That's it. Yep, that's it. I toured it probably like 3 or 4 weeks ago, and I was like, I can definitely see us doing some nice stuff.
Yeah. So there you go. You two will have to connect. Definitely link together. I can link you two as well. So we don't have much time. So I do want to go back to Manushka is asking lots of questions about she missed the Takeover the Taco Tuesday. This is Takeover Tuesdays, but she mentioned she wants to know again, she missed the Taco Tuesday, and for anyone else who missed it, because that's today. So we definitely want to get that out there.
It's today at 5 p.m. at Luster Pearl.
Okay.
Right in the 5 Points Rhino area, 26 in Larimer. Yeah, we'll be there. I'm gonna be there early. I'm probably gonna be heading down there soon because we got to get a lot of stuff intertwined with it. Also, it's the same location where we did the Bless the Block about 2 weeks ago. We did a crawfish boil there. We sold out with the crawfish boil, but we're actually going to be doing another Bless the Block there April 11th, and we're just going to do a red velvet and chicken and waffle pop up on April 11th.
I mean, it just doesn't stop.
Doesn't stop.
This will really make you a fat girl, all this.
It doesn't stop.
So for everybody that doesn't know you or wants to contact you to do an event for them, where is the best place to contact you? Because we definitely want to get that on in the comments so everybody can get in touch that wants to try your food, order your food, schedule an event.
So if you guys want to just contact us through Smoke in the City, our email, smokingthecity@gmail.com. We will send you over our events catering menu. And for our truck operation, if you follow us at the Hangover Cart on Instagram and the Savory Kitchen on Instagram, you'll basically see all of our schedules for like what the trucks are doing. And also follow me on Instagram because that's where I usually like Chef Devante _HH. The HH is for head honcho. And I post a lot of our events and stories, and you basically see, if you follow me on Instagram personally, you see what I'm doing is you're like, oh, they're all over the place. We're pinging through the city right now.
Yeah, I love it. I'm all about it. Okay, so there you go. We'll definitely put those in the comments after the broadcast so that everybody gets that info. It was a pleasure, Devante, to have you on. Yes, we'll definitely have to have you back because I know there's always updates and things going on, and you're making a whole bunch of moves with the new businesses. So definitely have to have you back for updates on how everything's progressed for sure.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. For those of you that watch, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for sharing with us your time and your energy. And we will come back. If we missed any comments, we'll definitely go back in and comment to those. In the meantime, stay inspired, stay well. I love y'all. Until next time, this is Takeover Tuesdays.
All right. Have a good one.
All right.